Hello, greetings. I am a Viking, and today we're going to chat about for a few minutes about what I'm wearing around my neck. So if you're new to the channel, if you do not know who we are called Northworthy Sagas and Stories, and we are primarily a storytelling channel, but we also love Viking and medieval history. But in general, we love all history because history is such a great thing to talk about and chat, and we just love entertaining you guys with fun facts and humour in an entertaining and raw way. As I said, I'm a Viking. As you can see, I'm wearing some Viking clothes today. I've got an arm guard because you never know. Did they have them? I think they did. And I'm wearing some mail, but around my neck, as you can see, are some Viking pendants. And in this video I'm going to chat about these and the beads and what the pendants fundamentally mean and why I wear them. So the first thing you'll probably notice is that I'm wearing two Thor's hammers. One is silver, as you can see there, bring it up, and has silver rings, and each one has been individually made. So you know, you price these up about £5–10 a ring to make. From a jeweller, it's quite pricey. And the other Thor's hammer is basically a very basic one you can get at re-enactment shows, and it's got a red crystal in there, and I don't know whether I like it or not, but it's just been on this pendant for a long time, and I like to keep things I've had like that. And I wear a Thor's hammer for many reasons. It gives you strength. It gives you that essence of feeling strong, even if you don't believe in the old god or the new god or no gods. Just having the belief system from a pendant to make you feel stronger is a good thing. And it gives you courage as well, and it makes you want to battle on and not give up, which is very important within the modern world we live in. And of course, you're wearing two. Well, I'm wearing two. But would a Viking in the Viking age actually wear two Viking pendants of a Thor's hammer? No. I think it'd be very rare. The average Viking would have probably not had a Thor's hammer, or if one, with probably one bead and two at the most, because beads are very expensive, and we'll talk about that in a little while. And so the average Viking would have had just a smaller Thor's hammer than this, probably half the size, pewter, brass, bronze, and if he's got the coin, silver, or even gold. Wow. And of course you can also get them when they got garnets in. And of course, I've got a lot of beads on here, and the reason why I've got a lot of beads is because I'm kind of having a competition with Egil with his necklace, and it's just showing off my wealth. But an average Viking would not have had this many beads if, say, he would have kept them somewhere safe, because they're classed as precious gems in this time. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this one off. Hang on. We'll give you a little up close view of the beads. And you used to get these beads in Loughborough. There was a very good bead shop. Now, a couple of other things here. You got a figure of Freya, and this is like a serpent figure. Then these two things are Bragi, and that's a fascinating thing. It's like a brass stamped disc, and these go back to the Roman period, and they're like a throwback from that time. And there's one of just like Odin on his horse, and the other one is just another kind of an Odin-esque figure. Sometimes you have other gods and Thor and fighting scenes, and there's hundreds and hundreds of Bragi being found. And they're basically, like I said, they're from the Roman period, so they're like medals or pendants or medallions, and they're just being found or being dug up or just being passed down, and they get converted into pendants. And of course, people like that sort of a thing, so new ones got made as well and cast in the lost wax casting method, which is a whole another subject. So, and that is that necklace, and there's quite a few beads, and they do say a bead is worth about a week's wages, but I think it would be worth more than that in my mind. I think in the Viking times, if you go back to, let's say, the 9th century, I think a bead would be worth about a month's wages, to be fair, not a week. What are your thoughts on that? How much do you think a bead would be worth? Because like I said, they are classed as precious stones. Now, the other thing I'm wearing here, if you could see it as I turn it around, is a little piece of leather, and it's got a little bit of carving on it. You know, it's been embossed and worked when it's been wet, and it was being put in hot water, and they worked a design, and that's from the Book of Coals. And this was made by Cormac O'Neill from Ireland many years ago in the 1990s, and I've had that. Probably had different leather thongs over the years and different beads, but it's always stayed in good nick. And there I got two beads. And as you can see, I'm also wearing a silver one, and I'll take this one off and give you a closer look as well, because this is a very nice one. I wish I made it myself, as I adjust my hair. That's always the thing when you take your hat off as a Viking, you always got to adjust your hair. But never mind, there you go, that's me putting a hat on as a bonus bit of video. And Viking hats are cool. So this one, let's have a look and hold it right for you. There you go, you can see that. Now that ring needs a bit of work on it just to put it back into shape a little bit. It's just got twisted over the years and misshaped, and there's got to be, you know, probably 50 to 100 links in that, and they're not flat links, they're kind of concave, because if you had flat links it'll be sharp. So when the person made it, he made a little die to kind of put a concave on the link before he might have kind of shaped them into a round and soldered them individually, which is a skill in itself. But and I like it. I'm going to cast a couple of these in the future, as I recently brought some casting sand just to have a go at a few things. You know, when I've got my fire going, I can heat up a bit of pewter. And I do love a Viking necklace, and like I said, it shows off your wealth. It says to people, yes, it says I'm a Viking. So the Vikings are very well known for having like a cross in the pouch, just in case they was going into Christian territory trading, or even an Islamic symbol or necklace. And then when they're back in the pagan lands and they're in their own community and people, they put the Thor's hammers back on. But it does represent me as a pagan. So if I was walking down the road or this path here, if I was walking down here one day and an Anglo-Saxon saw me wearing this, and he was an Anglo-Saxon Christian and didn't like Vikings, and he may want to have a go at me. I'm sure Vikings and Saxons met. And it's a fascinating subject. Oh yes. I've got many necklaces, and I do have one original one from the 9th century, which is an Arabic coin, and they're very common. And I will show you that as well in the future, and perhaps do a much longer video on Viking and Anglo-Saxon adornment. I'm thinking about that at the moment. I hope you found this video to be entertaining and to have some value. And if you can do two things to help the channel out, that is to share the video. That always, you know, does a great thing to share the video. And number 2 is to give it a like. I've got a bit of a bug at the moment. I've had a bit of hay fever. I've been a bit chesty. Goodbye, and thank you for watching.